Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Monday night evening news show, Monday Night Smoke, Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Football. In fact, I'm watching the Monday Night Football game right now, and it's 6 o'clock on the West Coast here in Los Angeles. And let's talk some football. And I want to walk through why George Evans, I think, is the key to our next run of fixtures and to our promotion. Yes, it's a long way away, but I feel like these next run of games in this hectic period, George Evans is going to be our key. So we're going to talk about that, talk about some expiring contracts, talk about the cop going up. But let's get into it right now. I'm going to talk about a little bit of news and notes first. I want to give congratulations to the Wrexham women's team who won yesterday. They were in the Bute Welsh Cup quarterfinals match, and they won 2-0 against the Briton Ferry team. Briton Ferry, Llansawel. There you go, Llansawel. Someone to get me on that. Not great. They won 2-0 in the Brute Welsh Cup quarterfinals match. Great. Goals from Rosie Hughes and also Libby Mackenzie. Congrats to them for their goals. Also, congrats to Libby Mackenzie for her 50th competitive appearance for Wrexham. Awesome. If you haven't watched them, those games are also on iFollow. You get them if you here's my promotion for Wrexham AFC iFollow. You can watch the women's games as well, which is great. Mark Griffith does the call. He has special guests sometimes on there. But those games are on there, and you can watch the highlights on their YouTube page as well. There you go. There's my endorsement for them. It's great, fantastic. They won. They're going through. That's great. So also the game that was postponed against Forest Green Rovers this weekend was allegedly both managers wanted to go, and I'm going to say allegedly, and I'll tell you why in a second. Allegedly, both managers wanted to go through with the game. The ref, Declan Bourne, decided he wanted to push the match. Didn't think it was safe. Fine, fair play. That's good. I do my best to not listen to other podcasts, other influencers, and just gather our own information here for the Local Pundit. It's very hard for us to get some information because of where we are, but I do my best to not get hearsay information or get direct information. I think that's very, very important. So we do our own research. We are starting out, and but that I did hear that on a podcast, and if it's true, it is. It isn't. It isn't. So whatever. But that again, everything you get from me, I'm going to do my own research, and anyone else on the show will be that way. All right, moving on. Game coming up this week against 22nd place Colchester United. We'll do a preview for that later on in the week. Really excited to get that game going. That's going to kick off our fixtures for this next run of games, which are very, very important, which leads me to why George Evans is key. George Evans is the key. And here's why I'm going to tell you. Yeah, he's got great lettuce. We love it. He's 28 years old. Fantastic. And for me, he's championship quality. I know what you're saying. He's got 1 assist. He's got no goals. But why is it? Paul Mullen scores goals. Ellie Lee's got 11 goals in the midfield. Here's why. George Evans breaks up play. He can play in the middle of the park. He can play as a defender. And he also is someone who can step on the ball, great vision, spray a pass, and he has just poise. To use an American term, he's a great point guard. I think he is key to our success for these next few run of matches and moving forward to the rest of the season. These run of games that are coming up are tough, but winnable. We can get maximum points. I'm going to say it. We can get maximum points in these next run of fixtures or close to it, which will set us up for the remainder of the season. Remember, top 3 teams go up automatically. 4th, 5th, and 6th, I believe, maybe 7th. I think it's 4th, 5th, 4th. The next 4 are in a playoff. We can get top 3, we're going to go up. And if we can get maximum points here or close to maximum points with some of these key players, George being one, I think we can set ourselves up for the rest of the season. We have Colchester, Newport, Swindon, Walsall, Barrow, who are flying, and MK Dons, who will be pushed. That's going to be the Shrewsbury Town game on the 6th. And that's going to be, by the way, it's an early game for us here in LA, but we're gonna watch it. It'll be probably on ESPN, but we're gonna watch it. But if we can get close to maximum points here in these next run of games, we'll be in good shape. In May, when we're sitting in 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, hopefully, let's assume, but not assume, but let's hope we can do that. Say, hey, great, that was a great 1-1 draw against Newport County. Oh my God, that was a great point. that was a great 3-0 win against Swindon Town. Oh, we beat Barrow, whatever. These are the hard yard games that we need to get out of the way for later on. So players like George Evans, I think will play a massive key in it. And I think he can keep that poise. And I think it's going to be very, very important. And that's why I have him on the thumbnail today. Evans is the key, and I want to keep him healthy. Now, moving into January, the January transfer window is coming up. A lot of rumors going out there. Some, like I said, I try not to get BS rumors. You hear a lot of stuff people want to dive in on, like, oh, we're going to get this guy from Swindon, whatever. We're not sure. What I would like to do, maybe they're targeting players. We don't know. What I would like to do is get someone to sit next to Evans and Lee. Cannon's done well. He puts himself about really well, and he gets goals. He's aggressive. Elliot Lee is aggressive. If we can get someone of quality to sit next to Evans and Lee in the midfield, sorry, that's the missus calling, in the midfield, then I think we can prepare for moving forward. If we can get a backup to Evans, great. Think about it this way. He's 28 years old. Let's say we advance to League One, we can keep him. Let's say whoever that player is, we come next to him, we get in January, we can definitely, let me stop right there. We need to start thinking as if we're going to advance in this league into League One. Yes, that's a big ask and a big if, and this is putting it out there, but we need to start thinking about, we're in second place. We're in a great spot right now. We need to start thinking about what's going to happen in the next 18 months, 2 years. I'm not the manager. I'm not Ryan. I'm not Rob. I'm not involved I'm not Humphrey. I'm not anyone involved. But we need to start thinking about if we get promoted and what's going to happen in League One and championship level players. On that note, let's talk about expiring contracts. And this will come into play. And we're getting way ahead of ourselves. And this is why I think some of these players like Evans level are very key. Here's the expiring contracts in 24. Bickerstaff, Butler, Cushion, Fletcher, Hayden, Hosanna, Howard, James, Leighton, McLean, McLean, McFadzean, Tunnicliffe, Tozer, and Luke Young. Some of them have options for another year. Some of them have potential trigger extensions. One being in that there is James McLean, who I think is class. He's great. He's 34 years old, but he gets up and down. He's a baller. He just puts himself about and does not give a monkeys. He's going to battle everything. He's one I would keep on there. Out of that list for me, 1, 2, 3. I'm keeping 3 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, about 16 players. I'm keeping 3. It's December 11th, 2023. I was going to say 24, 2022. I'm keeping 3 players. So we need to have class players and think we're going to advance to the next level. If we do well in this next run of fixtures, this can really be something that can happen. So credit to, I believe, and again, I think it's the Fearless and Devotion guys that put that out. They are good, and I do listen to some of the other podcasts. I try not to get my information from there, but that is a factual list. But I don't get hearsay. Yeah, think about that. Lastly, let's talk about the cop. Pictures are going around the internet with the cop going up, the temporary cop, that is. And it looks great. Fantastic. I'm really excited about it. 2,289 seats that will be there for the Newport County game. That's what they're saying. It's not going to be up early. There's going to be a lot of regulations and town things that needs to happen. And it's not going to go up. It's not going to be there for the next match, but the proper things need to go through the proper, town stuff to make sure it's safe. That should be up for the 23rd. So the Christmas Eve, Eve for that game. So that looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. Looks like a high school football, stanchion, which is great. So happy to see that go up. We'll keep that updates on that as well. Also, injuries. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Okonkwo, Hayden, Barnett. no updates yet on them. Although Okonkwo did have a surgery on his jaw, went successful. But that's where we're at right now on this Monday night on December 11th. I do want to hit everyone up with this who is on the channel and watching the watch alongs with us. All right, update on the score overlay and the timer. Okay, just got a note from the bot non-bot. So I got that from this person. Apparently they're real and they're building it out. Really happy to see that. So let's see if it actually comes through. I wanted to be there for this Saturday. That's a good positive and moving forward. Let's see if it actually happens. But yeah, I just got a temporary, picture what it would look like. So I'm happy about that, and that's a big win for me because other than pissing away, I don't know, what is it, $35, whatever it is. I'm hoping it's real. So all right, it is Monday night. Thank you all for coming on. Like, share, subscribe. Join. Everyone is welcome. We'll have the show. We'll have a couple shows between now and the watch along. And obviously with the call-in show, Mike and Wade have come on. Everyone is welcome. Come on in. Let's do this. I know we're growing and small, and I want to keep growing it as such and not push it forward and not get ahead of over our skis. But really happy how it's going. So thank you everyone, and thank you to the people that are helping out behind the scenes. So all right, that's your Monday night news show for Wrexham, and remember, Evans is the key. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, have a great evening. We'll see you soon.